women's language are matrix of all major developments. Matrix means something from which other things emerge, which gives birth to more things. So it is the origin. Okay. If you remember our initial talk, we started with Robin Lakoff's research on women's language. She pointed out that women speak different languages from men, and it is their language which makes them weak and which assigns them a subordinated role. Okay. CA, conversation analysis, that has been our major approach to study relationship between language and gender. It further strengthened this idea and the points which were raised by Lakoff's research. The work on this line led to the claim that men and women, they have different speech styles. Okay, this thing was established, almost established, but later on, other researchers questioned it. These researchers think, you have knowledge of those researchers. I am concluding the course, that's why. These researchers think our talk and our perceptions are separable. But if gender prevails over society, and gender order and cultural expectations and norms prevails over society, so how can? This is a very important question to think over, that how can we avoid its impact on our discourse, on our private talk? We are part of society ultimately. So if something exists in society, it would also exist in a community of practice. It would also exist in a family, in an office, in an organization. This question is yet unanswered. We have to answer it. So there are many things which researchers in our field have to do. A lot of things have to be done yet. Another result of thinking that language builds our gender, this is the point of view that we have adopted since the beginning of this course. If you remember, the first module was building of words through words. Okay, this was our first module. It is language that builds our word. Okay, so this has been our major stance. This point of view provides space to careers because they suggest we do not need any gender identity. But this line of thought will dominate in the 20th century research. If so, queer researchers will need to explain more explicitly how gender is constructed through discourse. This is their point of view, but they have to prove it scientifically, how it happens. They need to explain how we can say that gender and sex are not natural facts. They are imposed. Okay. Queers think that sex and gender are products of social practices. Now, there is contradiction between their own point of view. If social practices construct our identity, what is the origin of social practices? They are part of human beings. Human beings are natural, and their activities are also natural. Their practices are also natural. So if gender emerges out of social practices, they are natural, so then our gender identity is also natural. So there is a logical link between naturalness of our identity, our social practices, and our very existence as human beings. This is what they are denying. They have to answer these questions in the 21st century. So we conclude that all these questions were raised and answered and debated, and different points of view were presented and contested just because of the research that was done by Robin Lecker. That's why I said that it was she who pioneered this field of study that we have studied. Here comes our destination. This was last module. We have concluded our course. I hope this whole discussion about language and gender and sexuality have increased your knowledge about your own self. Because in society, in life, we are either men or women. I hope for your success, for your increase in knowledge and critical thinking about your gender and about knowledge of language. Good luck. Allah.